Okay, well, let me start off with saying this. The state of Maryland is a great state, and I say that with full sarcasm. So, as you see with this Blazer, it's a 2002. See how it says historic on the license plate? That means that this vehicle is solely for like pleasure use, not used, to go back and forth to work or like a commuter or like a daily driver car. In summary, that's how you're supposed to drive it. And certain people don't listen to that. So, we kind of lost the privilege because people kind of abuse that, I guess is the right way to put it. So now it's anything 1999 and before is considered a historic vehicle. Anything 2000 and newer, this being a 2002, does not count. So what does that mean? Well, you got to get it Maryland State inspected. So all new stainless steel brake lines, front to back, rear rotors, parking brake shoes, and one new caliper because the previous owner only replaced just this one, and the other side is still the stock caliper. I don't know why, but whatever. I'm gonna replace it now since we're doing the brakes. And the only reason being that this car has to get the brake lines replaced is this car has all new brake lines, but they are copper nickel. And to the state of Maryland, copper nickel is a failable item because they are known to, like bending easily and like expanding. They're just not a good brake line material for the long term. So that is a failable offense. I'm trying to show you that. You can kind of see that, but they're just very, I don't know. They have to be replaced. So brake lines, not gonna be too fun, but it's gonna have to get done. As you see, it's for, it's a pre-bent kit. It has all the lines. I'm not doing it. I'm paying someone to do it. I don't mess with brakes. That's just me personally, but yeah, so anyway, just kind of a little Debbie Downer with all this because it's something that could have been all avoided, like with the state of Maryland. But I got a paper in the mail. They're like, your license, or your not license, your registration will be suspended, blah blah blah. You won't have tags, you can't tag it, yada yada yada. So yeah, gotta get this taken care of. You can see this brake line here. It's not even in the holder, so it's probably a good thing that we're replacing them. So yeah, but once I do this, I gotta run this through Maryland State Inspection, which they're doing. Everything else is gonna be fine. I do have to, in the next video or next series, replace the inner and outer tie rods and the lower control arms and these shocks, just to get that done. And then this thing will be good to go for a while, suspension and like mechanical wise, until I'm gonna do like the radiator and all that kind of stuff, water pump, blah blah blah. But as you see, these are the stock shocks in the back, and they're getting pretty rough. So again, not to be a Debbie Downer, but it's a lot of money for something that could have all been avoided. So anywho, we'll pick this back up when it has all new brake lines. Pretty big, extensive repair, but that's just how it goes. So it'll replace the fronts, the one that runs all the way back, as you can see up in here, and then it dips off and comes down, and then the one that goes over the rear diff. Also replacing this little rubber hose, because this side was replaced. Again, I don't know why they did 3 out of the 4 calipers, but whatever. You like that road salt? Hate it. But anywho, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna pick this back up once they get that done. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's really anything else to take note of right now, but that's what the current project is that we're working with. So okay. And in the first video that I made of like doing a once over on this car, I just want to show you, I made a clip of it and of the brake lines. I'm like, oh, we got to get these addressed. But as you see, that line is not even secured. Like, you should, like, that is dangerous. I know, tisk tisk on me, but I just never, got to the point of doing it because I was doing so much other stuff to this, but just kind of slipped out of my mind. But yeah, so I just wanted to show that as well. But that's, now it's all getting fixed, so yeah. But that's pretty much it. So that was just one other thing I wanted to take note of. Okay, well, we're making progress. New rotors, we have the new parking brake shoes installed. There's a clip of the new brake line about to go back into its holder. And that brake line runs all along the front, all the way up to right here. Yes, I know, that's pretty bad. It's not all the way through. When I do some more body work, like to replace this fender, I'm gonna order new tubs, and when I do order new tubs, I'm going to, take them out and then repaint all of this. But that's for a later date. We're not worrying about that right now. But there's the brake line. You can see this is the brake line that will run over across the front to the passenger side. But yeah, getting there. Definitely, I don't know. Definitely more of a pain than what I originally anticipated. Not because of the rust or anything. It's mostly just because of how much crap had to come out. Like the whole liner, I didn't think had to come out, to be quite honest, because I saw no videos showing anybody doing the whole, removing the whole liner. And same with this battery tray. I'm gonna replace that too. When I do a alternator upgrade, that'll be obviously a later date. But yeah, so I didn't realize this side is much cleaner. But still, I'm gonna paint all of this again when I take these liners back out to replace both fenders. This fender only has a little spot right here, just starting. I don't know if I'm going to replace this fender. It would be nice to replace them in pairs, but again, I don't really know yet. Only reason why I say to replace it is because of how rough this looks. But again, later date, we'll discuss that later. So anyway, there's the brake line, and it runs obviously across the front. So anyway, just want to make a quick little clip, but again, these will be replaced because these are pretty rough whenever I replace the fenders. So hopefully today she'll be getting bled and put all back together with the new caliper in the back, and maybe it'll be done today, maybe. If not today, definitely by tomorrow. So anyway, that's what we're working with, and yeah, so stay tuned. Man, what a fiasco. I am really unpleased, but has all new brake lines, has the tag. It got Maryland State inspected, but I'm gonna keep this as open and honest as I will be. The place that I work, the dealer that I work at, I was talking to the shop foreman, the guy who's done a lot of other things to this. Never had an issue until this, and this is my final straw. He's talking of a big game. He's like, hey, I'm gonna, we'll do the brake lines. It'll be no problem, blah, blah, blah. And then turns out that just has someone else doing it, has a, someone that does not have any experience, literally any experience. And all the shop foreman guy is doing is, just checking over his work. Obviously, it's fine, and, the brakes feel fine, but when I got the car, mind you, I paid $800. It was like $742 for the brake lines, this inspection, the parking brake fixed with the new pads, and the rotors in the back. So, I mean, it's nice. It's got all the new brake lines and stuff, and they're pre-bent. Some of them are kind of touching I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I might just bend them a little if I can, or put like a little like a rubber piece in there so it's not touching that, like they're not rubbing on each other. Obviously it's not gonna move and it's not gonna rub on any, like it's not a moving part. So again, but like I'm just going over this thing, and like the guy who did it forgot to, one, when I was taking this home, it had an ABS light on, and he didn't want to be bothered by it. The foreman didn't want to be bothered by it because it was time for him to leave. So he's like, well, yeah, just see, and this is what he told the guy who was working on it, just see if he complains about it. See if I complain about it. I mean, how am I not going to complain about it? I just fixed the ABS. I put brand new wheel hubs on it. So I had to clear it, drive it, clear it, drive it, clear it, drive it, because it kept coming back, and it's been off since. But I think it just had to get some drive time for all the sensors to relearn. Again, very unpleased by that. But again, the brake lines are all there. You can see that one down there. I'm just going once over. They forgot to plug this wheel speed sensor in. This liner, the new rubber liner that I put in, is all bent and shit because they had this inner fender out and it was like rolled up on it. So now that's got to re-stretch. It's like little things. The brake line that runs along the top of the frame rail was in some of the clips, some of the retainers on the frame to hold the brake line so it doesn't move, and some of them they weren't. So I'm crawling around in the dirt or in the salt and shit, making sure I can get all these back in. Again, it's kind of half-assed, literally. Like, I mean, you're paying $800 and it's the place you work at. Like, that on top of it says something. But I don't know. Everything works fine. The parking brake works great. Yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna do, again, another once over. I'll show you guys later on this week, and then I'll upload this video, show you guys everything underneath, and we're gonna fix this rear stance. I have some spacers in the back, which will fix that right here, so it'll match the front, how it's flush with the fender, and the back is sunk. It's about 1 inch, so only on the back we're doing it, just so it has a level stance. But anyway, we'll pick this back up when I pop those spacers on. Like I said, the spacers. So as you can see, the rear track width is narrower than the front. All of the Blazers that I've owned have this same thing. Even the ZR2s are the same way with the track width. So I bought those 1 inch spacers. Excuse me. We'll see how it looks. It should sit level or same track width. If not, it'll be darn sight close. Granted, I mean, you can see I need an alignment because that one's a little cambered out and this one's maybe cambered in or almost like center. I don't know. But anyway, the track width is what we're focusing on. The alignment is next video. But as you see, we're going to go ahead and remedy that and see. In theory, should be, like I said, level or damn sight close. Okay, same place, just a day later. It's as good as that's going to be because I'm not putting another set of spacers on it. If you look at it, it might just be a hair sunk compared to the front. But then if you're that nitpicky, then oh well. So if you look, and then if you look at the front, I don't know. It's good enough for me. I am very pleased. So, okay. It might be a hair sunk in the back, but again, like I said, I'm not too worried. That's just how it's going to be for right now. So, it's much better than what we started with, correct? Correct. So, we're just going to rock with that because that is definitely a lot better. So, okay, well, thanks again for watching. We're gonna wrap this video up here. We did the brake lines, the rear rotors, the parking brake shoes, brake line, I already said that, and the spacers. And she's now Maryland State inspected for what reason? No good reason, because this car really didn't have to have that done. But whatever, it's done because I had to do it. So yeah, so thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Next video we will be wrapping up the front end rebuild, lower control arms, inner and outer tie rods, front shocks, rear shocks, and the alignment. So thanks again for watching, and we'll pick this up next time. Peace.